This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Dude, it is, as of this recording, it's July 12th, and I can't believe that July is almost halfway done.
For real?
It's I was talking to a friend the other day. I was like, at what point does this time just start flying by? It's it seemed like yesterday it was 15 degrees out, and then then it just became boiling hot. And I said, before you know it, we'll be kicking off football season.
Seriously.
There's some at one point, somebody just hits the fast forward button, and it's it's crazy just how time starts flying. But I was talking to somebody the other day about how long we'll be doing the podcast too. And I mean, it's going on 5 years, which is crazy.
Nuts, dude. Nuts.
But I guess, the biggest thing to take away from it is when, people come up to me randomly and just say they enjoy the show.
Yeah.
People talk about numbers, people talk about this, that, and other things when it comes to doing podcasts. And I guess the biggest payoff is somebody out in the wild just tells you, hey, really enjoy the show, and it gets me through my Monday, or just stuff like that. It's it's weird. It's weird on one hand, we're two guys just talking over an internet connection, face to face, just bullshitting for an hour over an internet connection, with a lively chat that we always have.
That's right.
We'll popping in and doing run-ins and helping us out, as the pod squad always does. But then we release it into the wild, not knowing where it's going to land, and people approach me and they're like, "Hey, really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed when you guys talked about this," or it's like, "Oh wow, you listened? Oh, that's pretty cool."
I didn't know you were listening. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I love it.
We actually have some kind of purpose. That's kind of cool. Basically, the show's just bar talk anyway. It's just
listen, man.
Two guys bellying up to the bar, just bullshitting about their week. And that's the approach, because there's thousands of podcasts out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've seen people go, "Oh, I'm starting a new podcast," and it lasts a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden, their podcast is no more.
Right.
And then, they give me 1 second.
Yeah,
here.
no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, sometimes what'll happen is they go belly up, right? They'll continue to they'll do a podcast and they only get 4 or 5 episodes in, and they're like, "Ah, well, this isn't taking off." But I think the issue is people don't always have the patience for it. People don't always have because it's tough, man. This is a tough thing to do, staying fresh and staying, I don't want to say relevant, but staying fresh every week, doing something new every single week and providing content to people. And like Matt Sanity said here in the chat, it's it's pretty cool how podcasts and the host connect to the audience, even sometimes without participation like this. It's difficult. Sometimes people, when they do these shows, they start and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do this." It's 5 or 6 episodes in, and they're like, "Oh, this is the shits." And, they don't get the traction. It's difficult to keep a show going for a long period of time, right? And then having the patience to build it week over week and doing different things. But I think what's really nice about our show, and even, Pod Squad member Jesse Brown says here in the chat, I think the best thing about this show in particular is that it's a wrestling podcast about everything other than wrestling. And it's we have the ability to talk about more than just wrestling, which makes it we're friends. We talk think pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So like we always have shit to talk about. There's always things that come up in our lives and different things that are happening. And it's just like, it's cool, man. It's cool that we're able to do this.
Yeah. It's just, like I had a flow of consciousness before that clusterfuck right there. But it's like, yeah, I see guys starting a podcast. Check out my podcast. They make it graphic. They have an opening theme, and then 3 episodes in, it's like, yeah, it just tapers off, And dude, I remember I'm buddies with Headbanger Mosh, with aka Headbanger Chaz, and he was doing a podcast for a while, and he was just by himself, and he's like, man, podcasting is so hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that was maybe kind of like the reason why I hadn't jumped into the field yet. People are like, yeah, do a podcast. And it's like, yeah, well, back in the days, people like, you need to write a book. And I'm like, I'd like to write a book.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, who would buy it? But and what do I write about? I don't want to particularly bury anyone, but in order to tell my full story,
I was gonna say, got it all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but in some ways, it might be helpful to people too, because I went through a struggle, and maybe that could help somebody else that's struggling. But who knows? But then the mantra became "Do podcast," and I went on Twitter and did a poll. Should I do a podcast? And there's like overwhelming said, yeah. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Figure this out, but here we are 5 years later, and we're doing this thing.
Yeah.
And it's been therapeutic in a lot of ways, getting to just talk and share stories with people and see the immediate feedback as we do with the pod squad here in the chat. And,
yep.
It's just it's been a journey.
It has,
so to speak.
And we're at 277 episodes. We're going to break 300, I think, by the end of the year, which is crazy. So
yeah, I'm no mathematician, but
yeah, if I do my numbers and calculate correctly.
Yeah.
But no, it's and Mass Sanity says here, he says the fact that you're on after all these years in a very crowded wrestling podcast space says a lot about your connection to the audience. And it's true. Like,
yeah,
people are listening to us. People enjoy our show. And it's what's cool is like, to Moshbanger Head's point, I think I said that name correctly. Moshbanger
Headbanger.
Head. Mass Entity says Headbanger Beaver. Close. It's close enough.
Yeah.
But what a weird gimmick. But not the Headbanger one.
Moshbanger Beaver.
Moshbanger Beaver.
or Beaver Banger Mosh.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible British dish, doesn't it? Hey, oi, we got a being a beaver mosh. Yeah. No, it's tough to do a show by yourself. Foundation, I tried to do Foundation a little bit by myself, and it's like, wow, this is really difficult to because you're kind of talking to yourself, right? You're like talking to yourself and you're trying to present it. It's like, it's really difficult. But Mass Entity says a new Meanie would be a good podcast host because he was a good podcast guest and he's got great stories to tell. And listen, thank you for bringing that up. I have a really interesting story that I want to get your take on.
Sure.
Back in 2005, during One Night Stand at ECW, there was an altercation in the ring, right?
What happened?
With JBL, apparently Meanie, and there was some kind of fisticuffs of some kind. Well, I don't know if you want to tell that story. I know it's
a lot of ballyhoo.
A lot of tomfoolery and kerfuffle, rumpus time. So I'm just kidding. But no, you have a lot of great stories. You always have. Like, I've always enjoyed your writing and things that you've put out. And I think this gives us the opportunity to do that, and talk. Shackleford's here. He says the podcast checks every box: wrestling, Philly sports, and music. That's right.
Yeah,
we appreciate you guys.
And me and him talk about Philly sports almost every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mass Entity says the 20-year anniversary of the Meanie versus JBL SmackDown match just happened. Really?
Yeah, that was it was taped July 4th, but it aired July 7th. So there's 2 anniversary dates for it technically, but July 4th, 2005. which can't believe it was 20 years ago,
man.
But folks were like super pissed at me because I kayfaved everybody that I was doing it.
Oh, really?
Like maybe one person knew that I was going out there to meet with WWE, and then the taping happened July 4th, and then like reports start leaking out about it. But then once it aired, people are like, "Son of a bitch, why didn't you tell me?" It's like it's a secret. People always say kayfabe's dead. I was like, no, it's not. It's just misused. People.
Yeah.
People use wrestling terms all the time, and I don't think at the time they know what they mean. It's like, so and so needs a push, or so and so is being buried, or it's like, I remember when they said Daniel Bryan was being buried.
Yeah,
back in the day, I was like, hold on. You mean the guy who's on TV with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon every week?
Yep.
That's being buried. If that's being buried, let me give you a shovel.
Yeah.
Bury me, please.
I wonder how much of that, like, and I think about it. So you said that, to your point, like, I think about Daniel Bryan, I think about Kofi Kingston, I think about Karrion Kross right now. I wonder how much of that is like actually manufactured in the back and being like, hey guys, let's go out there, let's get this guy over, but let's not give him what he wants, right? Let's let the fans go behind. Let's see how this, like, I wonder how much of that is.
You mean heels being heels?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince McMahon, like, not wanting Daniel Bryan to get over for a reason, even though he sees the value in him probably before we did. And now he's working to, like, what a concept. But crazy. I love when you kayfabe me, man. Like when I don't find out about your appearances, when you're like, oh, we got to record on Friday because I got a gig, or I'm doing something with Tracy, and then here all of a sudden you're on fucking AEW, and I'm like, I love that. Like I love when you fucking kayfabe me because I enjoy that as a fan and as your friend. It's like, oh shit, Beanie's on TV and I didn't know about it, and it's a surprise, right? Like I prefer that. I don't know. That's just me, but
I've had that happen with. I was working at MLW show and I was a surprise, and a buddy of mine was like, I'm at MLW tonight. He sends me a photo of his. He was like, cool, enjoy the show, man. Let me know how it goes. Yeah. And then 2 seconds later, I'm walking through the curtain.
I love it, dude. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, because you're like, it's a small thing. It's so big deal.
I go backstage and look at my phone. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I think I remember that. I don't remember if it was AEW or was it another show. You were like, oh yeah, it's just a small thing, like no big deal. And then you're on fucking TV. I was like, wait a second. I know that guy.
Yeah.
I love it. But no, I appreciate that you do. And Mass Entity says the same thing too. Meanie keeps kayfabe alive. I asked him if he was going to be an AEW show in Philly. He said no, and he was in the show. Yes, the same thing, dude. It was hilarious.
I was literally backstage, just fucking.
You texted me backstage. Yeah. Some people might have been mad about that. Yeah. Others were not. Others fucking loved it. So It's like when you're in a network that supports you, and they actually actively advertise you. It's a crazy concept,
So weird.
Such a weird thing when you have a whole thing. But who would do this? But here's another crazy thing that's going on right now. Blue, as Dave LaGreca calls you, your God-given name, Blue.
That was my baptismal name.
I was going to say, that's what his mama named him. That's what I'm going to call him. It's Blue. So, Blue, we have a lot of wrestling going on today, man. A lot of wrestling going on this weekend. And we're going to give you our predictions from the future, past, present. And we're going to run through some of these cards for you today, just because we want to see how right we are. And then you can make fun of us in the comments this week and be like, oh, you guys fucked up. Or you're like, wow, you guys got it right. So
I have a feeling they're going to be making fun of us either way.
Hey, listen, man, this is an easy face to make fun of right here. Okay. Yeah. So we have two WWE shows and one AEW show. And it is a crazy bit of business right here. So I'm going to go through now. The AEW card is very large. So I'm going to go through a couple of the top tier matches, maybe some of the championship matches here, and just kind of go over and see get your idea of where you think we're going to land with these. And then we'll go to Saturday night's main event, and then we'll go to Evolution. But drop comments on the YouTube page. tweet at us. Let us know what you think about these matches coming up here, and let us know if you thought we were right or if you thought we were terrible, because we love doing our future past prediction shows.
Definitely play along.
Yeah, we love it. And let's see. We're going to go to AEW versus All In.
Oh, I won't lie. We need it. So, like I said, podcasts are some days they're like, I told you before we go, I was like,
yep,
I'm going to need your help today.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we'll be like, listen, we'll go in the air. Like, what do I talk about? Well, I don't know. And then we'll find a thread. And then all of a sudden it's like boom, boom, boom. And now we have a whole episode, right?
That's the magic.
I love it, man. Oh, it's also too. Yeah. Shout out to Dave LaGreca's brother, Don, for being named the new TV play-by-play guy for the New Jersey Devils. Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations to him, but fuck the Devils.
That's right. Yes. And Dave,
a lifelong Flyers fan, you know.
Listen, Dave, I know you're listening. Sir. Congratulations on the network. I know two guys.
Hey,
two guys.
Need some filler.
Listen, I would love to do a live Saturday show on Sirius XM with the blue guy. As long as Sam can come with us, that's fine. Actually, I know a guy who could do all your voiceovers too. He's the executive voice. But AEW All In today from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. So we're going to go through some of these matches here. And again, I'm going to give you the championship ones first and some of the bigger matches here. So one of the bigger matches on the card is Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. And Meanie, I feel like it's long overdue to watch the Young Bucks get their faces kicked in based upon everything that they've been doing recently. Swerve and Will is like the unlikely duo, you know, the alliance made in hell. I'm going to go with Strickland and Ospreay on this one, just because I feel like, I don't know, I want to watch the Young Bucks get the teeth smacked out of their mouth. What do you think?
I agree. I'm going to be a little bit of Joan Rivers here and be like, I'm interested what the Bucks are going to wear for Texas.
Yeah, they're going to have something insane on, I'm sure.
First two All-Ins at Wembley, you know, I think they came out as you know, Freddie Mercury, and then they came out as the Beatles. I mean, who can they come out as in Texas? Who do you think they're going to dress as? It's probably going to be some crazy Dolly Parton send up. Like that's the first thing that popped into my head. I don't know why, but it just came Matt Jackson, bro.
Oh man, dude, let's do it.
I'm just kidding. I love the Young Bucks. They know I kid.
Friends of the show and listeners, active listeners too, by the way. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. So
yeah, dude, they got so much heat, and I get why they do, but genuinely great guys. I really love the Bucks. But I will have to go with your assessment with Swerve and the Ospreay.
Yes, the Ospreay.
The Ospreay.
The Ospreay, baby. The Ospreay.
Only Ospreay. And that's gonna be that could be a show stealer.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
The show stealer, methinks.
Well, Ospreay is one of those guys that just like every time he goes out there, he just makes magic. You know, like
Dude, Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I can't think of a time where I've watched a Will Ospreay match and haven't enjoyed it. You know, even if it's like, and I say like his worst match, because not everybody's 100% of the time, all the time, but like some nights you're off, but it just never really looks like this guy has a night off. And I really enjoy his work. And I'm glad he's got a larger audience now that he's with AEW. I just think he's great. I really enjoy his stuff.
I saw Will at
Oi.
Yeah. Saw Will in Indianapolis for the Square Circle Expo. And he and I was like, dude, I honestly don't know how you do half the shit you do. I'm blown up watching you do it. He's like, trust me, mate, I'm blown up while I'm doing it. Sweetheart of a guy.
He really is.
And especially for a guy who, like you said, he makes magic. It's just like, how does it buy? How do you just practice that shit? You know?
Yeah.
You know, when it came to me doing the moonsault, it took like a whole shitload of courage for me to go up and go, okay, I'm going to stand on the ropes looking out. Not even looking in, and I'm just going to jump backwards and flip. And that was onto a crash pad. And then, you know, Al was eventually like, all right, take the crash pad away. I was like, oh,
Whew.
So, and I had to do it without a crash pad, but yeah, he just goes bing, bong, boom. And, he does that magical thing in the ring is like, son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He did it again.
I'd be terrified, man. I'll tell you. I know we've talked about that before about your moonsault and stuff, but like my brain is always immediately overthinking, right? I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my feet stuck on the rope here. I'm not going to get enough English on this flip here or bounce on the rope or whatever it is, And I just can't imagine my body moving in that fashion and then having to do it night after night after night.
Yeah.
Week after week, month after month. I mean, that's taxing. I know Will put a video out a couple months ago, maybe about a year ago now, where he was talking about how his body was not the way it used to be. And he's only like 32. And so I hope that, I hope he's able to maybe that's why he hasn't been as, I don't want to say over the top because that's not the right word, but you know what I mean by that context. Like maybe that's why he hasn't been so ball to the wall like he was in Japan.
Pumping the brakes a little bit,
Which again, it's like if you want to long last at least for a couple more years, I mean, you got to slow down a little bit. But I'm really enjoying what he's doing with AEW, and he's got me excited about their product right now. So I really enjoy that. Let's see what else here. Let's pick out the top here. Here's another good match: Kenny Omega, the international champion, versus Kazuchika Okada, the continental champion, in a winner-takes-all match to become the AEW Unified Champion. And Meanie, I really think it's going to be Omega on this one. Omega's been gone for a long time. I believe this is his first match back or close to it. I feel like he needs this win. Okada, obviously, another one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. I know these two are going to put on a showstopper. Dave Meltzer is somewhere screaming right now. But I really think Omega is going to take this one and he's going to unify those titles because I think he needs the win. I think it'll be a good feel-good moment when he comes back, and I think that's the move. What do you think?
Again, I almost seem like I'm a copycat here, but I'm in agreement.
I love it.
But, like I said, Omega's been gone for a while. His return's kind of been triumphant with when you think of all the medical stuff he's been going through. Yeah, I definitely think he could use this win. He had been away from the company for a good bit, and now he's back. He unified these belts. I saw the new belt that they've made for it, and Mark I am. I think it's absolutely an absolute gorgeous belt. But yeah, I'm definitely have to go with you. I agree with you on this one. I'm just definitely going for Omega.
Yep. We got one comment here I want to highlight for our friend Dave. I'd honestly subscribe to SiriusXM again just for another show for you two. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Keep it in mind, sir. Let everybody know you want us to see us there. So lots of great comments in here. I'm going to run these back after the card rundown. We only got a couple more matches here I'm going to touch on because there's a lot of wrestling this weekend. So Timeless Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. And as much as I want to say Tony Storm retains here, Mercedes is still undefeated in AEW, and I do not think they're going to break that streak anytime soon. I think Mercedes Moné is going to win the AEW Women's World Championship and maintain that undefeated streak in the company. It doesn't feel right, Meanie, at this point to see her drop that undefeated streak, even though Toni Storm is one of the best, women's performers out there now. I don't think they're going to take that. I don't think they're going to strip that credential away from Mercedes. What are your thoughts?
This is kind of where I break off from it with you. I need to see. I want to see Tony win, just for the fact that it seems like she's had a little bit more adverse. What's the
like adversity?
Thank you. It's early.
Yeah, you're okay.
I haven't had my bowl of cinnamon toast crust yet. See, I can't even say the word.
First day with the new mouth. I get it. You're good.
Yes. If I could can I get a newer one with lips? That would be great. Toni Storm's going through some adversity.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Got you.
It's an old wooden ship.
An old wooden ship. Yes.
Yeah. They came over the Mayflower and adversity.
That's right.
Yeah, she's had her share of losses. She had her feud with Mariah May, and I think she's due for a big win like this, and not only beating Mercedes Moné, would be one of the, and taking away that undefeated streak, I think would be a nice little thing to put on her accomplishment, or her list of accomplishments. So I'm going to go with Timeless Tony Storm here. I'm a big fan. Love the character. I love how she's totally reinvented herself.
Yeah, big time.
Where she started to where she's at now is remarkable. And I'm going to go with Tony Storm on this one.
I got a chance to chat with her in Vegas for a little bit. Muscle Man Malcolm. Also, if you're not subscribed to Muscle Man Malcolm, you absolutely need to be. But he's got some great stuff this weekend from All In. He talked to the Costco guys, and he just did something hilarious with Tony Storm. Actually, Malcolm's
I knew he was doing the Costco. I'm buddies with AJ.
Oh no shit! Yeah. He didn't know, and he literally got there to the event, and he was like, "Oh shit, the Costco guys are here," and I was like, "Oh man, that's great," So I think he asked them at their Waffle House order, which he also did to Mark Briscoe as well, and apparently he said Mark Briscoe's Waffle House order is as large as it is in depth, and I just cannot wait to hear Mark Briscoe's Waffle House.
I can't wait either.
Oh my god, I can't! And I told him, like, listen, Mark is not that far from us here in Westchester, like. We can go connect with him, and I will cover the bill just to experience that.
Dude, there's a Waffle House right as you enter Delaware.
Yeah, that's where
I'm sorry, right on the Delaware Maryland border.
Yes.
I have a trip in August to West Virginia, and we're planning our trip around a stop at Waffle House. So we'll be stopping at that Waffle House.
Listen, I was going to say, I got an idea. It's you, it's me, it's Muscle Man Malcolm, and it's Mark Briscoe. It is like the heads of fucking state at this Waffle House. Somebody bring a video camera because it's going to be hilarious. So,
get an extra large booth. I don't think one table will hold all of our orders.
I'm serious. That could be a Patreon exclusive. Let's explore that because that's going to be fucking great. But yes, got to shout out Little Jimmy's here. Good morning, Pod Squad. I hope today is
Little Jimmy running.
What's up, my man? Thank you for being here, Waffle House. Little Jimmy, what's your Waffle House order, sir?
Yeah, please.
Let's see here. And the last one,
I have no room for people who diss Waffle House.
Not a chance.
Or shit on Waffle House. Waffle House it's an institution, my friend.
It is.
Do they still have jukeboxes in Waffle House?
They do. Yes, there's one on the wall. The one we go.
They got Waffle House themed songs, right?
I don't know if they do. We never played the jukebox while we were there.
I believe there's like a Waffle House song.
Really? Oh yeah, there is. There's I think it's is it the Jonas Brothers that does a Waffle House song?
I don't know why I said Waffle House song like that.
I know what you mean. There's a song titled Waffle House.
Inside the Actor Studio.
It's the Waffle House song. Yes.
Maybe I'm just entering my own Tony Storm, timeless Blue Meanie or whatever.
I'm going to make up a word because Waffle House is so amazing. I need to come up with a word, and I will come up with one now. Scrumtrulescent.
Jesus Christ. That's the name of the episode. If you don't
ever see that
episode, that whatever word you just fucking said.
You ever see that clip, that bit on SNL? It was Will Ferrell used to play the guy from Inside the Actor Studio.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm going to make up a word. So, because I cannot think of anything better, Scrumtrulescent. And I'm like, that's just fucking, Will Ferrell's just so good, man.
I pulled a muscle listening to you say that word. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be the cover photo is Will Ferrell is the guy from Inside the Actor Studio. But here's our final run out for AEW's All In tonight.
Yes.
Which you'll be listening to this on Monday, so you'll know it was Saturday. But John Moxley, or Mox John Lee, if you will, who's the current AEW champion, is going to go up against Hangman Adam Page.
I had a case of the Moxelpox.
Yeah, it's terrible. The Moxelpox are fucking terrible. Oh, my God.
Little penicillin. Take care.
It's an easy shot. You'll be fine. You'll be good in about 6 to 7 business days. John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. And honestly, man, I can't see any other way but Hangman Adam Page winning this match. It's one of those things, man, where the Death Riders, I know that there's probably a story somewhere And I know that there's some kind of inference here.
I might
But
have to
man,
ask you to reboot that
yeah.
because I'm still stuck on Moxelpox.
I
was like, we got Dean Moxelpox over here.
yeah, and it's Ab Moxbros. I don't know. He's some guy, some new guy. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine, dude. That was my fault. So no, I don't want to see. I don't think the Death Rider story can continue in its current form. It hasn't really paid off in any way. It doesn't really make a ton of sense either. I really hope they just take the belt off and give him something different now at this point. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put my money on Hangman Adam Page for the win.
Yeah, I'm with you there on the Hangman Adam Page. I really haven't felt the Death Rider thing at all.
No.
And it's just an offshoot of the what was it, the Blackpool Combat Club, right?
Yep. Yeah, there was a different differential from them. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, because William Regal wasn't there anymore, so I mean, can't really call it that anymore. But
yeah,
just the whole Death Rider thing didn't feel it. I wasn't invested in it, and that's not a shot at the workers.
No, not at all.
Not a shot at the workers. They tried to make it work. They did their best, to make that thing work. It just I didn't feel it, and like if Moxley retains the title, I think they risk having having fans just totally check out of the product for a little while.
Yeah.
Where you just back in the day, oh, Hogan won again. All right, man.
Yeah. What else is new? Yeah.
Yeah, right. But not saying that his run's like a Hogan run, but just if you're expecting him to win and then he wins, it's like, all right, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, I think Paige. I want to see Paige wins that. I want to see Paige win this, and that way, you kind of give Moxley Moxley could maybe take like a month off and then come back with a new fresh coat of paint on him and try something new.
Yeah.
This could be a good launching point for Moxley to try something new.
I hope so. And I hope, like I said, I hope they find another. I just hope they find another story for him, because it's not that Mox is bad, right? Like, he's not a bad character. Like, I appreciate what they're trying to do. It feels like the storyline was supposed to have something else. Like, there was supposed to be another big reveal or something that just never came through. And now it's like, okay, well, now we're dragging on here, and he has to get through all these people. And we thought it was going to be Swerve, and we thought it was going to be this person or that person. And, I'm hoping that Adam Page is the one to really end this. And then hopefully they can transition into something else. So I like I said, I'm hoping that we will, see a change in the AEW title tonight. All In starts at 3 p.m. Check your local listings on where to find that. We have 2 more shows. Actually, there's like 100 different shows. There's NXT Great American Bash, which I think is happening in like an hour. And then we have Saturday night's main event, which is tonight on NBC, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check your local listings. There's a lot of great matches on this one. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, Los Angeles Knight, and Seth Rollins will be on as well. But I'm going to go through the championship matches here. We have Solo Sikoa defending the United States Championship against Jimothy Uso, a.k.a. the man who called me Bobby Flay's little cousin. I love Jimmy. I want to see Jimmy win this title, and I'm hoping Big Jim does take the title. I'm going to put my money on Jimmy. I think we're going to see the return of Tama Tonga as well. Solo Sikoa, as we know, has, Tala Tonga, who used to be Hikuleo, has now arrived, as well as JC Mateo and the infamous Tonga Loa, who are now a part of what Solo Sikoa says is his real family. And Big Jim is kind of by himself. They've seen him with a friend of the show, an avid listener, Jacob Fatu. And, Tama Tonga is still somewhere out in the wind. So I think we're going to see some interference from Jacob here at some point. And I think I'm hoping to see a title change tonight for Big Jim. Give him the win.
Solo just won the belt, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't really see him losing it that soon within like. But then again, it's WWE. You know, I see Solo winning this one.
Yeah.
He literally just won the belt over in the Saudi, right?
He was just in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to go with Solo on this one.
And then the final match, the last championship match that we have to talk about here on Saturday night's main event is Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against one Bill Goldberg in Bill Goldberg's final wrestling match. I have a unique theory on this one.
Have they billed it at his last match?
They have. They've done a lot of really great promo videos for it recently too. They did a whole, it was interesting to hear Tony Schiavone's voice on WWE programming. I won't lie. I know that, Vince and them have shied away from putting him on whenever they used to do WCW runbacks. But I loved it. I thought it was great. That promo package, I'm sure they'll show it tonight on NBC as well. I have a theory on this one, Meanie.
Okay.
I think Goldberg is going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a long-lasting championship reign. I think that Seth Rollins cashes in tonight on NBC, and I think he walks away with the World Heavyweight Championship because I think they're trying to protect Gunther, and I think it's easier to stomach a win from Goldberg than it is from Seth Rollins. Or he turns it into a three-way like what happened at WrestleMania, and instead of beating Gunther, he takes out Goldberg, gives him the big stomp, and I think Seth leaves with the title. What are your thoughts, sir?
That's definitely intriguing. Because I was going to say I was all on. I was all in on Gunther winning. Giving Gunther like a marquee win.
Yeah.
No, beating Goldberg, who is what 58 now.
Yeah, he's 58.
Something like that. Which is still a remarkable feat because Goldberg is still a beast.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Gunther winning because that still leaves open the possibility of, say, a Seth Rollins cash in. But you said that, and then again, Seth Rollins cashing in on Goldberg on a win would still be like a marquee moment, and that would give they want to give NBC this exclusive, right? They've had this part with NBC with Saturday Night's Main Event. Give them this little bit of an exclusive. They're already giving them Goldberg on free TV. So have Goldberg win the championship, and then have Seth Rollins cash in a win on Saturday Night's Main Event would be like, oh man, anything can happen on Saturday Night's Main Event, which. It's kind of the thing you wish they did on live events,
Yeah.
It hurts my heart that they're shying away from doing live events because that's where you really shape your craft and learn how to work in front of an audience. But
yeah,
that's a whole nother story for another time. I'm gonna say Gunther retains. Like I said, he just won the belt back. But then again, and like I just said, it's WWE. They make their own rules. So, and that's not a negative. I'm just saying that's an observation. I'm going to go with Gunther retaining.
And don't forget, Saturday night's main event is live tonight. As you're listening to this, or if you're watching this live with us, it's tonight on NBC. Check your local listings for start time.
NBC.
And WNBC. You see,
NBC.
You see, I misuse characters.
Yeah. See,
So,
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it. It's like got to get a little. It's a WNBC.
I think I'm saying it right. WNBC.
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 It's just so good. I swear, if we end up on Sirius, that's how we're going to start the show. Our very first episode is us practicing how to say WNBC. But the next one tomorrow is Evolution. It's the second all women's pay-per-view happening live on the Peacock. Starting at
sellout too, I think.
One more time.
I think it's close to being sold out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
I love that this is happening. I love that they are bringing this back. Hopefully it happens again every year going forward from this. I'm going to talk about the top 3 championship matches here just to kind of get us through to our favorite segment of the show. We got a lot of comments in the chat. You're missing this, y'all. If you're not signed up at patreon.com/mindofthemeeting and joining the party, what the fuck are you waiting for? Do it now. Tiers starting at just $10 American dollars. This is actually two less trips to Wawa. But first match, we got NXT Women's Championship. It's JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace now a part of the WWE roster.
Yeah.
She won a fatal 4-way to get this opportunity. Part of me wants to say Jordan Grace is going to dominate in this match, but I feel like the heel is going to take this one, and I think JC Jane is going to retain this match. Another person who just won their championship very recently. I do think that Jordan Grace will eventually become the NXT Women's Champion, but I don't see it happening that fast. Much like your commentary about Big Jim earlier, I'm going to put my money on JC Jane for this one. What do you think there, Blue?
Yeah, I agree. So, Jordan, I mean, she's pretty dominant, man. She's pretty dominant, worker. We'll go with JC Jane.
Mm-hmm. We got the Women's World Championship. We have Io Sky, who's the champion right now, versus Rhea Ripley. Again, there's a part of me that wants to see Io Sky retain. There's a part of me that wants to see her keep the title. Unfortunately, I feel like her championship run, and it's not anything against her. She's fantastic. I just don't think they've really booked her all that well since she's got the championship. Here I go using those big wrestling words I don't know about, but she hasn't really been on TV. She hasn't really had a ton of title defenses, and unfortunately, I think that's to the title and her detriment. I know that they're going to be in Australia at some point coming up soon as well, so I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on Rhea Ripley just yet. But I also know that Rhea Ripley has yet to beat Io Sky in WWE, and since they've been either on the main roster or on NXT. So I think they're going to keep the belt on Io, and they're going to give her a hell of a match. So what do you think, sir?
Well, just the fact that you reminded me they're going to Australia soon, I think they would want to have this match lead to a rematch in Australia, where Rhea wins the belt in her home country. So I'm going to go with Io on this one as well. The fact that, they have this fact that, Rhea hasn't beaten Io, and then they're going to go to, Australia coming up. What better way to, have the belt switch hands that, Rhea finally topples Io.
Yep.
And wins the belt in her home country. So I'm going to go with Io on this one.
And the match that I think I'm looking forward to the most, just because of who is challenging here. It's the WWE Women's Championship. It's Trish Stratus challenging for Tiffany Stratton's title. This is a tough one to call. I was really excited for the potential of Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair's match. I believe it was at WrestleMania. The result wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't really, I don't know. There was just something about it that was off. I don't know if there was their chemistry or their personal heat, but it didn't hit the mark for me.
Yeah.
I really want to see Trish win this championship, but I don't know what that means long-term for the title. And I don't know if that necessarily does anything for Tiffany. I think Tiffany's going to get the big win here, much like we talked about with some of the other matches with, folks like with Goldberg and Gunther, Gunther getting the big win over a legend. I think this could potentially continue to, grow Tiffany Stratton's stock inside the company. What do you think, Meanie?
It's funny you talk about, Seth cashing in on, I mean, what if Stratus was the win? And who's got the money in the bank now?
Naomi.
Naomi comes in and cashes in on Stratus,
See, that makes sense, though.
It would be nice to see. I mean, Trish still phenomenal shape.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Yeah,
she could still go.
Mm-hmm.
Her winning the belt wouldn't be like a what are they doing type moment. You'd be like, oh yeah, she's still an athlete. She still can go. WWE Hall of Famer. One last final accomplishment, and then Naomi cashes in on her. So I'm gonna go with Trish winning, and see if Naomi cashes in.
It's funny you say that. I didn't even think about that. I didn't put that together. It would be interesting to see that happen because then that sets up the match between her and Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill won Queen of the Ring. They're both on the same brand. They could make it happen. It's a lot easier to get there to that point as opposed to maybe, Trish and Jade or whoever else. But I think you're right. I think that's where it's going to go. So, like we said, Evolution tomorrow, which is yesterday. If you're listening to this on Monday, go and check it out there. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we did here. We got a lot of comments here that I want to bring up before we get to our favorite segment of the program, sir. Let me see here. We'll go back. We got a lot here. We got a lot of people's Waffle House orders. Here's Vanessa's here. Hello, Vanessa. I wonder if Jesse Ventura is going to bury Evolution tonight. I don't think he's going to. I don't know. I don't think he will. I think Jesse's going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to hearing his commentary on the show. He's always very exciting to hear. Let's see. Jesse says, I think halfway think Seth wants to cash in on John Cena, all because he says he wants to save wrestling while Cena says he's here to ruin wrestling. It's not a bad thought. It's not a bad comment. I think about it that way. See, I hope Darby Allin shows up in the rafters like Sting. If Mox wings, I'd still like to see the build up the Starrcade 97. Maybe that's what they're going for, man. Maybe that's the thing they're going to do. We'll see. Let's see here. We're going to go back and just make sure I didn't miss anything about any of the stuff here. Matt Eddie says, 2 weeks ago, I did a 90-minute road trip just to get Cracker Barrel. I've been planning one to go to the nearest Waffle House as well. Sir, Godspeed to you, and hope you find one very soon. That's right. Little Jimmy says it's redneck hibachi. You're not wrong, sir. But it is fucking delicious.
Redneck hibachi. That's fucking great.
We got little Jimmy's order here. Large bowl, smothered, covered, chunked, and diced with 2 more eggs on top, sir. That is an American tradition right there. Thank you very much for your Waffle House order.
Bubble Guts for eating it.
That's right. Jesse Brown says all-star special pecan waffles, scrambled eggs with cheese, bacon, cooked light, raisin toast, hash browns, scattered and covered. That a boy. Thank you, sir, for your Waffle House order. We appreciate you. And we have Mass Sanity here. Says my Waffle House order is a large scattered hash browns covered in melted cheese with bacon and 2 eggs. God damn it. That sounds amazing. Thank you, sir, for your Waffle House order.
It's pornography.
Whew, man, I'm sweating. It is hot. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate you chiming in here for the show. But Meanie, I hear a sound in the distance. I don't know if you hear it. It's a question.
And what would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie or drop them in the chat here. You may hear them asked on the program. Little Jimmy says, now I'm hungry from the Waffle House. Yes, sir. And each week we're also very thirsty for talking so much. So, Meanie, what are you sipping on today, sir?
I switched it up a little bit today. I got the Polar Georgia Peach.
Nice. Not a boy. I
get the can sweat on my fucking keyboard.
I was just going to say, I got some sweat coming off of here. I got the cheap shit from Aldi again today. It's my favorite sparkling frost, the pink grapefruits. We're going to crack these suckers here.
Oh, yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. There she is.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cheers, beers, sir. Pinkies up. Oh, so good. We appreciate you cracking yours with us as well each week, friends.
You know what? God,
boy.
Son of a bitch.
Well, goddamn.
You know what was good about that? I actually remember to put it in the fridge.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, normally I've been cracking a couple warm ones. It's like,
We got 2 good questions for us this week. It's our friend Carlo Carlson wants to know, hey, Blue and Goob, I got a question for Ask Meanie. Heard the good brother Bully Ray discuss who deserves a locker room in AEW. That breeds the question, who deserved a private locker room in the old ECW? And for Goober, hey, Adam, have you ever tried a Scotch egg?
Oh, wow.
So we'll start with yours first. Who do you think deserved a private locker room in ECW?
I don't know. know. But the arena, there really weren't locker rooms, but
Yeah.
well, at least at the arena, I should say. I don't know. I don't think anybody would have took a private locker room because, I mean, Jesus Christ, Paul set up his table right in the middle of everyone. If the owner of the company could sit with, in the middle of everyone and sit in the middle of all the boys. I mean, I think that would have been a good way to, cause dissension in the locker room, but we're talking about hypotheticals, right?
Hypothetically.
I don't know. I'll go with Shane Douglas, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just because it would fit his character, I guess. But I don't really think there's anywhere to have a private locker room in ECW. There's, when we start running bigger buildings, there's different locker rooms, but nobody really had one all to themselves. So, I'll say Shane Douglas.
Mass Entity says Terry Funk. That would be one as well.
That's true too.
Shackelford wants to know.
I don't think Terry would have accepted it.
I want to dress with the boys.
I want to sit with the boys.
Shackelford says, didn't Sabu have an RV?
Oh yeah,
I think I remember.
Sabu had the Winnebago, which was brilliant when you think about now. Yeah, I mean, he was really ahead of his time when you think. Look at all the guys who have their own private tour buses now, which still I can't wrap my head around. It was like, how do you rent a fucking private tour bus? But I don't know. Yep. But Sabu had the Winnebago, which I actually got to be on a couple times. Not traveling, but like you pull up to the building, you go in and hang out, and he had like a TV with a Super Nintendo, and me and his protege John Pee Wee Moore, we're big fans of the video game called Super Fire Pro Wrestling, and we're always playing like Super Fire Pro, which we had been playing all the way back to our days at Body Slammers Wrestling Gym. Which they still have. That game is out on PS5. They teamed up with New Japan. It's like a little cool 2D game, and it basically had every wrestler you can imagine in it. And then like their creator wrestler was amazing as well. You can make different promotions, this, that, and the other thing. And but yeah, I've been on Sabu's Winnebago.
Mass Entity has our last question for the day. Goldberg 98 versus Nikita Koloff 86. Who do you have winning? My goodness, man.
It's ironic because Nikita's last match was Goldberg. And no, I'm sorry. Why am I thinking Vader?
I was going to say, I thought it was Vader, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Vader. And I was front row for it. And I might have caused it. Me and the fans were chanting that Vader did fucking hit Nikita with the chair, and he did. And I was thinking,
no.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, that's good.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to have to go with Nikita.
Yeah.
I have to go with Nikita.
Yeah, I think it's got to. I mean, Goldberg.
Question, yeah.
Goldberg 98 was a force to be reckoned with, man, but there was nobody like Nikita, dude.
Yeah.
So, and we want to thank you because there's nobody like you listening to the show.
Nobody like you.
Well, I just want to be with the boys. We appreciate you guys. I think that was Scorpions. Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate you being here each and every week. And don't forget to drop us your questions using the hashtag #meanie. And you may hear the meanie, but you know what time it is.
Oh, yeah.
Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
Well, thankfully, I remembered to open up my notepad today. If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie, as I learned to talk today. MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to Josh Thornton, doing an amazing job rounding up the kitties in his neighborhood, taking to the vet, and releasing them back better than he found them. So if you're a cat lover like myself, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers. I'm trying not to spoil. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestlers Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurescollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Pick regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast. Book the Blue Guy. Let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Please book through the site, not through the app. The app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. We could do a little bit of everything over there. We can congratulate people on an accomplishment. We can say happy birthday, happy anniversary. We can do everything over there at cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky, sort of. I don't even know if the app's still on my phone, but we'll give it a shot at This is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal, so find me there. You can also check out my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net or going to youtube.com/@foundationradiopod. Well, that's your seltzer kiss right there. Don't forget to check out my work at Screen Rant. Lots of stuff happening right now with Network TV, so go and check out my work out at ScreenRant.com. Hopefully some more news coming, maybe dipping my toes back into the wrestling world. We'll see, but check it out right now at ScreenRant.com. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville, on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and see Kane, Jordan, and the rest of the team and look pretty and ready for your beach visit at 10thwardbarbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to sign up today at Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers start, Meanie, at just $10 a month. We got lots of cool shit rolling out for you very soon. Putting all the final pieces together, and then you will know first at Patreon. So sign up today. As Meanie said, we've been doing this show for 5 years. So go ahead to youtube.com/@Mind of the Meanie today. Subscribe and watch each and every one of our episodes going all the way back to 2021, which is our first episodes together. And don't forget, look at the bottom of the screen here in the middle. Go to all of our socials at Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Mind of the Meanie. We want to thank you for being here each and every week. You make this show possible. We absolutely cannot do this show without you. So we want to thank you for being here. Meanie, I want to thank you each and every week, sir, for being a part of this as well. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.